What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company with your host, Nicole Scantlebury.
Hello, thanks for joining me for the March edition of What's New Radio. Here are the headlines.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
Customer care, frequently asked questions. 100-100 Vision, public transport partnership. As I record this month's program from home, some of our retail shops and businesses have begun a phased reopening after the national pause. Our customer care team continues to serve you. Many of you are by now aware of and use our web self-service to receive your monthly electricity bills electronically. But there are so many ways that we can serve you from the comfort of your home. I've asked Senior Supervisor Customer Care Tamara Browne to answer some of the frequently asked questions her department has been asked during COVID-19. Welcome back to What's New Radio, Tamara. You are no stranger here.
Hi, Nicole. It's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, I'm going to start with this. What are some of the different ways people can contact a customer service agent?
Okay, of course, there's the traditional telephone call, and you can reach us at 626-4300. We have our customer support portal, which you can access online through our website, which is blpc.com.bb. You can also reach us via email at customerservice@blpc.com.bb. And newly introduced, you can chat with one of our agents online once you visit our website.
Can we talk a little bit about billing and payments?
Sure. So billing and payments, your bills can be accessed via our web self-service platform, which you sign up through our website. You can also access our e-billing service, where you can get a summarized version of your bill as soon as it is produced. And in terms of payments now, you can access any of the online facilities through our third-party providers, which would be your online banking platform or SurePay Online. And in terms of payments, again, if you have difficulty making payments at any point in time, we welcome you to call our contact center, and our customer service agents will be happy to discuss a payment arrangement with you. If you would like to pay by credit card, our residential customers can pay up to $500 via their credit card through the SurePay Online facility.
Now, Tamara, we both know that not everyone has access to a smartphone or even the internet. What is in place for those people?
Okay, Nicole, as I speak to you right now, our offices are closed, but customers are still receiving their bills via the post, albeit a bit late due to the delays brought on by the national pause. You can still make your bill payments using any available SurePay outlet, and transactions, for example, if you're moving into a new apartment or you're connecting a new service, those transactions can also be done via the telephone.
Thank you, Tamara. We have a list of FAQs on our website. How do persons find those questions on our site?
Okay, any frequently asked or any question you may have, you can go through our customer support portal and just type in the question, and you will get a list of available answers.
Okay, great. Thank you so much, Tamara, for joining us yet again on another episode of What's New Radio. It's always a pleasure to have you here.
Thank you, Nicole. It was great being here.
To our listeners, please call our customer service line 626-4300 with your feedback. It helps us to serve you better.
Hi, I'm Paul Mears, sports broadcaster and sports enthusiast, husband, dad, and much more. My days are filled with reporting on sports and talking to my friends about sports. And then there are Zoom meetings, phone calls, WhatsApp messages, and emails. I know that without a reliable electricity service, I couldn't function. Yes, I am a customer of the Barbados Light and Power Company, and I know the value of electricity. What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
You're listening to What's New Radio with me, Nicole Scantlebury, Communications Advisor for the Barbados Light and Power Company. Our company vision for 100% renewable energy and 100% electrification continues to be the forefront in the way we do business at Light and Power. One of the aspects of our 100-100 vision is electrification across Barbados, and hence our partnership with the Barbados Transport Board, who shares that vision for electric, clean energy public transport. Our partnership not only contributes to climate change by reducing CO2 emissions, but also contributes to the health of our communities. Our guest this month is Lynda Holder, Chief Operations Officer at the Barbados Transport Board. She is speaking with Light and Power's Communications Coordinator, Jennifer Blackman.
Welcome to What's New Radio, Lynda.
Thank you so very much for inviting me, Jennifer. Thank you so much to Light and Power for engaging us on the topics as well.
Thank you for that. First, I would like to congratulate the Transport Board on continuing to operate safely during COVID-19. On the topic of safety and wellness, you recently launched a new initiative to keep persons commuting on your vehicles safe. Safety is key for us at Light and Power. And when we heard about this initiative, we knew instantly that we had to do our part to support. And we have. Can you tell us more and share what donations such as ours will enable you to do?
I'm not sure how we would have been able to reach the point we're at without donations such as what you have done and other companies similar to yourself. One of the biggest things we did, which is new to Barbados and in checking around with other territories, no one has actually done this. We have started to install dispensing, hand sanitizing dispensers on our buses. So outside of persons being asked to practice proper hygiene and to wash your hands, or if you don't have soap and water to sanitize, we have started to install dispensing units at every single departure gate in our terminals. So when you are in the terminal and you're going to board a bus, there are now dispensers at every gate before you board the bus. But more than that, and this is where I'm really grateful for the assistance from the Barbados Light and Power and other entities such as yourself, we've now been able to extend that program to placing dispensers on the individual buses. So if you board a bus on the route somewhere, there is a dispenser at the door. As soon as you enter that, you can then use to sanitize. Things like that are going to make the difference with how we handle and move past COVID-19. So other entities such as yourself have been joining in that donation. Some have given us dispensers, some have given us the actual liquid to go into the dispensers, but combined, all of them have made it possible for us to be able to keep our staff and by extension the traveling public as safe as we possibly can and to contribute to flattening the curve as it relates to COVID-19.
That's amazing because some commuters might have to dig in their bag to get their sanitizer before they board the bus. So that's fantastic. For both of us, innovation and technology are at the center of what we're doing. So we're focused on renewable energy and customer care. That's core to our 100-100 vision, which covers things like our AMI meters, our solar plant and battery storage at Trents, and the Clean Energy Bridge. How are the Transport Board's plans shaping up in support of the National Energy Policy?
Well, the National Energy Policy, as it was articulated by the Cabinet of Barbados, speaks to us moving to a cleaner operating environment, again, for the health of the future generations and for those who are still here. The purchase of electric buses for public transport and for electric mobility for all is just one step in that direction. What that did was to signal the commitment of the government of Barbados to making sure we move towards clean energy. So, as a part of that process, I said earlier, we purchased 33 buses. Then the Ministry of Energy assisted us in getting another 2 buses through the Smart Energy Fund, which is a project they're working with the IDB on. So we got 2 more buses. So there are actually 35 electric buses on the roads of Barbados right now that are managed by the Transport Board. And then, of course, we agreed we would purchase some additional buses. And that is an additional 14 buses that are coming. So at the end of the day, we will have 49 buses in public transport on this little island. And let me tell you, this is the largest fleet of electric buses being used for public transport in the Southern Caribbean.
Lynda, thank you so much for taking the time to share with our listeners here on What's New Radio. Good luck with the ongoing work towards electrifying your fleet, and please stay safe.
Thank you so very much. I wish the same for you and yours.
Thank you.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
Incoming mail. Inbox.
In this part of the program, each month we answer a customer's query. This month's question comes from a customer on our Facebook page. Does anyone know the difference between general service and domestic service customers with Light and Power? They are charged differently, and I would like to understand why.
The domestic tariff is available to residential customers. These are persons who occupy the residence for domestic purposes only. Of note, customers under the domestic tariff are eligible for the early payment discount in their monthly bill payment. The general service tariff indicates that the service utilized is not for residential purposes only. Such customers may have a corner shop, a mechanic or barber shop, a beauty salon, and businesses like that as part of the facility, and are therefore billed differently and under a different tariff.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
Safe, sane, and sanitized.
Safe, sane, and sanitized.
Stories to keep hope alive.
I'm Nicole Canterbury, Communications Advisor with the Barbados Light and Power Company. This entire coronavirus pandemic period has been overwhelming, to say the least. I was pregnant during the pandemic. I gave birth during the pandemic. I've returned to work during the pandemic. My son has started online learning during the pandemic, and some days it can get pretty insane. I have 3 beautiful children, 4, 2, and 4 months now, and they're all home with me. I've found to keep them safe, it's important to make sure that they don't leave their toys scattered all over the ground so they don't trip or slip. I've also realized that it's important to keep the electrical outlets covered, so we got some plug caps for that. My daughter, for some reason, became a little too obsessed for my liking with those. And we make sure that we keep all the chemicals and everything out of the way. My husband, he's also working from home, so there's a lot of devices between him and I. We make sure our cables are tucked away nicely so they don't trip over them or anything like that. To stay sane, it's a little bit more complicated. Being at home with everybody, it can get overwhelming sometimes. Trying to juggle being a mom, juggle my work responsibilities and everything else in between. My son, he's doing online learning, like I said. My baby, she's still very much in a mommy's phase. And so sometimes what I've done to help me stay sane is to be honest with myself. I find sometimes I land in a space where I feel that I have to do all things at all times for everybody. I try to be like Superwoman, Wonder Woman, if you would call it that. And it never works out in my favor. I usually end up feeling flustered, like I just want, to just separate myself from everybody. And sometimes that's what I do. So when I feel myself getting to that point, fortunately for me, I know everybody is not in this situation, but my husband is home with me. So when I feel myself getting overwhelmed, and he's available, I would usually say, could you please just watch the kids for 5 minutes? I just need 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to myself, just to breathe, center myself, and just to have that time to calm down so that when I go back out into whatever situation it is that's presented to me, I'm not responding from a space of being absolutely frustrated. And I've found that helps. So that's some of the things that I've been doing to stay safe and sane. And I hope for those of you listening that you are doing whatever you can do to be safe and whatever you can do to make sure that you make your mental health a priority during this crazy period we're in.
What's new from the Barbados Light and Power Company?
Before I go, a massive shout out, happy birthday from all of us here at Light and Power to our super centenarian customer, Gillian Lescar Carrington, who celebrated his 102nd birthday on February 20th. Mr. Carrington was featured in our 2020 annual calendar and was a joy to work with. We wish you even more years, Mr. Carrington. Stay safe. That's it for What's New Radio for March. You can listen again to Lynda Holder's interview in extra time on our website, www.blpc.com.bb. Keep up to date on what's happening at Light and Power on our Facebook page or Instagram at BLPC Online, or contact a customer care representative at 626-4300. What's New Radio is repeated in the last week of every month on this station, or find this and other What's New programs on our website, blpc.com.bb. Join me again next month. Bye for now.
This program was produced for the Barbados Light and Power Company by SFA Communications.